Every year, an estimated $20 billion flows through the illegal wildlife trade. This staggering amount of money fuels a dark and dangerous underworld, where the lives of countless animals are traded for profit. The scale of this illicit industry is almost unimaginable, stretching across continents and involving a complex network of criminals. This black market thrives in the shadows, driven by greed and demand. Hidden from the public eye, these transactions take place in secretive locations, far from the reach of law enforcement. The anonymity of these dealings makes it incredibly difficult to track and dismantle the networks involved. This isn't just about money, it's about the future of our planet. The environmental impact of the illegal wildlife trade is devastating. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change are all exacerbated by the relentless pursuit of profit. The destruction of natural habitats not only threatens wildlife but also disrupts entire ecosystems. Over 1,000 species are endangered by this trade. From majestic elephants to elusive tigers, these animals are pushed to the brink of extinction. The loss of biodiversity is a tragedy that affects us all, as each species plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our environment. Iconic animals like elephants and tigers face extinction. Their tusks and skins are highly prized in illegal markets, making them prime targets for poachers. The demand for these products drives the slaughter of these magnificent creatures, leaving behind a trail of destruction and loss. Poaching is the brutal reality. Armed with sophisticated weapons and technology, poachers hunt these animals with ruthless efficiency. The risks are high, but the rewards are even higher, creating a deadly game of cat and mouse between poachers and conservationists. Over 30,000 elephants are killed annually for their ivory. This senseless slaughter leaves behind orphaned calves and decimated herds. The ivory trade is a cruel and inhumane practice that must be stopped to preserve these gentle giants for future generations. A staggering 6,000 rhinos have been slain in just a decade for their horns. These magnificent creatures are hunted to the brink of extinction, their horns valued more than their lives. The loss of rhinos is a devastating blow to biodiversity and conservation efforts. The epicenter of this crisis? The illegal wildlife trade routes span across the globe, with key hotspots in various regions. These routes are meticulously planned and executed, making it a highly organized and profitable enterprise. Over 75% of wildlife trafficking happens in Asia. The demand for exotic animals and their parts is particularly high in this region, driving a significant portion of the global trade. Markets in Asia are bustling with illegal activity, making it a critical area for intervention. Countries like China, Vietnam, and Thailand are major hubs. These nations play a pivotal role in the illegal wildlife trade, both as consumers and transit points. Efforts to curb this trade must focus on these key areas to be effective. Conservation efforts struggle to keep up. Despite the tireless work of conservationists and wildlife organizations, the scale of the problem often overwhelms their resources. Rescue operations and rehabilitation programs are crucial, but they need more support to make a significant impact. Only about 2% of offenders are prosecuted. The lack of legal consequences for poachers and traffickers emboldens them to continue their activities. Strengthening law enforcement and judicial systems is essential to deter these crimes and bring perpetrators to justice. This highlights the dire need for stronger global action. International cooperation and coordinated efforts are vital to combat the illegal wildlife trade. Governments, NGOs, and individuals must come together to create and enforce stricter regulations and raise awareness about the issue. We must shed light on this dark world and fight for its victims. By exposing the harsh realities of the illegal wildlife trade, we can mobilize support and drive change. Together, we can protect endangered species and preserve our planet's precious biodiversity for future generations. The illegal wildlife trade is vast and complex. It stretches across continents, operating in both physical and online marketplaces. Imagine a global network of poachers, smugglers, and corrupt officials. This network is fueled by demand from wealthy buyers seeking exotic pets, luxury goods, and traditional medicines. The trade is often hidden in plain sight. Shipments of seemingly innocuous goods conceal illicit animal parts. Online platforms provide anonymity for buyers and sellers. The scale is staggering. It's the fourth largest illegal trade globally after drugs, arms, and human trafficking. This illicit market destabilizes economies, fuels corruption, and threatens global security. What drives this insatiable demand for illegal wildlife products? The answer is multifaceted, involving a complex interplay of various human desires and societal pressures. Greed is a primary factor. The illegal wildlife trade is a lucrative business generating billions of dollars annually. This immense profit potential attracts not only small-time poachers, but also large, organized criminal syndicates. Trafficking offers enormous profits, attracting criminal organizations seeking quick riches. These groups operate sophisticated networks, often with connections to other illegal activities, such as drug trafficking and arms smuggling. Poverty and lack of opportunity also play a role, pushing some individuals towards poaching as a means of survival. In many rural areas, the income from selling animal parts can be the difference between starvation and sustenance. However, it's not just about money. Cultural beliefs and traditions also contribute significantly to the demand. Many cultures hold ancient beliefs in the medicinal properties of animal parts. These traditional practices are deeply ingrained and often passed down through generations, making them hard to eradicate. These beliefs, often rooted in superstition, fuel the demand for products like rhino horn, believed to cure cancer despite scientific evidence to the contrary. The persistence of such myths continues to endanger species already on the brink of extinction. Status symbols also drive the trade. In some societies, owning rare and exotic items made from endangered species is seen as a mark of prestige and affluence. Owning exotic pets or luxury goods made from endangered species is seen as a sign of wealth and power. This desire for status and recognition perpetuates the cycle of exploitation and endangerment of wildlife. The illegal wildlife trade pushes countless species towards the brink of extinction. This trade, driven by greed and ignorance, has devastating consequences for biodiversity and the health of our planet. From the dense forests of Asia to the vast savannas of Africa, no region is spared from its impact. Elephants hunted for their ivory face a bleak future. These majestic creatures, known for their intelligence and social bonds, are being slaughtered at an alarming rate. The demand for ivory trinkets and carvings fuels this senseless killing. Their populations have plummeted in recent decades, with some experts predicting their extinction in the wild within our lifetime. The loss of elephants would not only be a tragedy for the species, but also for the ecosystems they help maintain. Rhinos, targeted for their horns, are also critically endangered. These ancient animals, which have roamed the earth for millions of years, are now on the verge of disappearing forever. The horn, falsely believed to have medicinal properties, is worth more than gold on the black market. The western black rhino was declared extinct in 2011, a stark reminder of the trade's devastating impact. This extinction serves as a wake-up call, highlighting the urgent need for stronger conservation efforts and international cooperation. Pangolins, the most trafficked mammal in the world, are poached for their scales, used in traditional medicine. These shy, nocturnal creatures are often overlooked, yet they play a crucial role in their ecosystems by controlling insect populations. Their populations have declined by up to 90% in some areas. Without immediate action, pangolins could vanish from the wild, leaving a void in the natural world that cannot be easily filled. These are just a few examples of the countless species facing an uncertain future due to this cruel trade. The fight to save them is a race against time, requiring global awareness, stringent laws, and unwavering commitment to conservation. Section 5. The criminal superhighways. Wildlife trafficking routes crisscross the globe, forming intricate networks of supply and demand. Southeast Asia, with its porous borders and thriving black markets, is a major hub. Countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia serve as transit points for wildlife products smuggled from Africa and other parts of Asia. China, with its insatiable appetite for exotic products, is a major destination for trafficked wildlife. The trade also extends to developed countries, where demand for exotic pets and luxury goods fuels the market. These criminal superhighways operate with relative impunity, highlighting the need for increased international cooperation and law enforcement efforts. Section 6A. Losing battle. Conservationists face an uphill battle against the illegal wildlife trade. Underfunded and often outmatched, they struggle to protect vulnerable species from well-organized criminal networks. Habitat loss, driven by deforestation and human encroachment, exacerbates the problem, pushing animals into closer contact with poachers. Corruption within governments and law enforcement agencies creates loopholes exploited by traffickers, hindering prosecution efforts. The sheer scale of the trade, coupled with the vast profits involved, makes it a daunting challenge. Section 7, Justice, Where Art Thou? The low prosecution rates for wildlife crimes are a major concern. Only a tiny fraction of those involved in the trade are ever caught and punished. Weak laws, lenient sentences, and a lack of resources for law enforcement all contribute to this problem. The illegal wildlife trade is often viewed as a low-priority crime, despite its devastating impact on biodiversity, economies, and global security. Increased international cooperation is crucial to combating this transnational crime. Sharing intelligence, harmonizing laws, and providing adequate resources for enforcement are essential steps. Section 8. A global call to action. Combating the illegal wildlife trade requires a global effort. Raising awareness among consumers is crucial. People need to understand the devastating impact of their choices and reject products derived from endangered species. Supporting organizations working to protect wildlife and end trafficking is essential. These organizations play a vital role in conservation efforts, anti-poaching patrols, and community engagement. We must demand action from our leaders. Governments need to strengthen laws, increase enforcement efforts, and prioritize the fight against wildlife crime. The future of countless species and the health of our planet depends on it. Section 9. Hope on the horizon. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Increased media attention and public awareness are putting pressure on governments to take action. New technologies are being deployed to combat trafficking, from DNA analysis to track wildlife products to satellite monitoring of animal populations. Grassroots movements are empowering local communities to protect their natural heritage. The fight against the illegal wildlife trade is a battle we cannot afford to lose. By working together, we can protect endangered species, preserve biodiversity, and ensure a healthier planet for generations to come.